Y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for stopping by. I got a good one for us today, y'all. We are going to talk about subscription, ebook, and like audio services. Which ones are better, which ones maybe are not so good, and why I think one is better than the other. So before we get into all that, y'all go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you can keep up with the shenanigans. Yeah, so y'all, this video, oh my word, let me tell you what, the drama. So first, ignore that light back there. So first, I was going to talk about where to find cheap and like reduced priced books, like physical books, because we've done ebooks, right? Well, then I was like, I got my new Books Palma, which y'all know I unboxed and did like my first look at, which I'll link that here. So I'm totally obsessed with that. Well, people were asking about the other books device that I have, how I like it, what I think about it. They want me to do a review of that. So I was like, all right, well, I'll go ahead and do that while I'm getting used to this, figure out what I think about this, and then maybe we'll talk about both of them at some point down the line. Well, while I was messing with those, I started messing with different subscription services. So then I said, you know what? We should talk about subscription services first. Then we'll get into devices and books and I don't know, all kinds of other stuff down the road. But today, let's just talk about subscription services. So let me get us set up on the computer. Let me get my wits together, and then we'll talk about different subscription services and what I like about each one, okay? So give me a minute and I'll meet y'all over on the computer. All right, y'all, let's get into this and talk about what we need to know about different subscription book services, and book services meaning ebook services and audio services. So up until now, I've been really sort of an exclusively Amazon girl as far as subscriptions are concerned. And I own different devices, like I have a Nook, so I have Barnes & Noble ebooks, but as far as subscription services, the only one that I've ever subscribed to was Kindle Unlimited, because I really like to read on e-ink tablets. And until now, I didn't really have any e-ink tablets that supported any kind of apps other than the Kindle app. Well, y'all, my life changed when I got the Books Palma, which I keep showing you because I think it's so cute and I love it. I got a different books device, the Note C3 or whatever it is. We'll talk about that another day. And I've been reading on the Kindle app on that almost exclusively. Not only reading Kindle books on that, but on that I've only been reading Kindle books. And I knew I could get the Nook app on that, but when I read Nook books, I just read them on my Nook. So that was never really an issue. But then I started thinking about other subscription services. And those devices run the Android operating system. So it then became an option to have different, not just e-readers on those devices, but different subscription services. And I'd kind of dabbled a little bit, like looked at different subscription services, but I just never paid them much mind before until now, because I really wanted to see what other things I could do with, and I am going to keep picking this up and flashing it around because I think it's so cute, but I really wanted to get an idea of a bunch of different things that the Palma could do before I did my in-depth look at it to really kind of justify paying $300 for that thing. So I started messing with different sort of ideas of subscription services, and I've looked at a bunch of stuff, and y'all, I've sort of narrowed my ideas down to really, well, 3 services, I guess, and they are, and to my mind, it's kind of like the Amazon ecosystem and then others. So in the Amazon ecosystem, of course, we have Kindle Unlimited, which is, well, we'll get into all of the details, but in the Amazon ecosystem, there's Kindle Unlimited, there's Prime Reading, and then Audible. At least to my way of thinking, that's kind of how it works. So there are those things in the Amazon ecosystem. And then there's all kinds of stuff outside of the Amazon ecosystem, but the one that I focused in on was Scribd. So let's jump over onto the computer and let's talk about these different services, what they offer, and who I think the different ones would be good for. So let me jump on my computer and I'll meet y'all over there. All right, y'all, let's get into this. So I have opened up a browser window. Now let's just jump over and start with Scribd. And I've committed to Scribd. I don't know if it's Scribd or Scribed. I'm calling it Scribd. Which isn't even going to matter after a minute because I've headed over to the Scribd website. And y'all, this website setup, whatever, has been around for a while. And Scribd started out as a website where you could upload like PDFs, academic papers, those kind of things. And it has absolutely blown up. So it's a subscription service, and it's actually split off into 3 different subscription services now. So they've sort of sorted all of their stuff out. And Everand, and again, I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce it, but I'm going to call it Everand, like ever and ever, amen. Everand is where we're going to go to find, and you can see it right here, to find ebooks, audiobooks, podcasts, magazines, and sheet music. That's us, y'all. So Everand is where all of that stuff has been sort of split off of Scribd and onto Everand. Now, Scribd is still your source for like your white papers, your academic papers, those kind of things. Lots of legal papers are available on there. So if you're doing legal research and you're not, like you don't have access to like LexisNexis or something, you might be able to find what you're looking for on Scribd now. There are also old recipes on there, that kind of stuff. So that's the stuff you'll find on Scribd. And they also have a third site, which is called SlideShare. And that's where all of the presentations got migrated to. So scientific research, white papers, legal documentation, any kind of documents that you're looking for, you're probably going to want to look on Scribd. Books, audiobooks, entertainment kind of stuff, that's going to be over on Everand. Then the presentation stuff is going to be on SlideShare. Now, this is a subscription service, and for one price you get access to all 3 of those. So I think I went through Scribd, but I think you can probably subscribe through any one of the 3 services, and it's $11.99 a month, but you can buy an annual membership or like an annual subscription, and it's, I think if you do the annual, it comes out to $9.99 a month, but you pay annually. So, and obviously you pay up front, duh. So let's look at Everand, because y'all, I'm not looking for academic papers. Here's what I have found is on this Everand, which again is Scribd, I have found that there are tons and tons and lots of ebooks. Not as many as over on Kindle Unlimited, but the books that are on here to me seem to be more like big name authors, bestsellers, like Icebreaker, for instance. That's one that's on my TBR that actually just moved up my TBR because I just found it on Everand. So I am in a 30-day, let me slow down. I didn't actually subscribe to this thing, but I think I'm going to end up subscribing. So I'm in a 30-day free trial period right now, but I found Icebreaker on there, which was on my TBR. You can see across here are a bunch of books that I have put in my saved section. And you can save as many books as you want to, like books or audiobooks, audio files, whatever, to read, to listen to. From what I understand, there's not a limit to the number that you can save. So, I just realized these are all audio, not books. Just learned that. But anyway, so there are lots of big titles in here, more so I feel like than you find in Kindle Unlimited, but we'll get over there and talk about Kindle Unlimited. There are not as many titles, so volume-wise, there just aren't as many ebook titles, but what Everand does offer is lots of audiobooks, and that's all included in your subscription price. So like right now I'm listening to The Housemaid, and it to me it works just fine. So for my free subscription, my free 30-day like trial subscription right now, I've got that going on. I'm going to read Icebreaker. Couple of things. You can use their app on, so I've got the app downloaded on my Books Palma. I will download it on my bigger Books device and mess with it and see how it works on there. I wouldn't call it clunky. It's definitely, I don't find it to be as refined as the Kindle app, or definitely I don't find it as refined as using a Kindle, but you can do all of the things on it, at least all the things that I want to do. I can highlight, I can take notes, I can go back, and if I take notes, there's a place where I can go back and look at all of my notes together, which I like to be able to do that. I can, sort of flip through my highlights. I can change the font, I can change the spacing, I can change the margin justification so I can, fully justify it or left justify it. There just aren't as many controls. I don't have as fine a control on it. At least I haven't figured it out how to do it in the Everand app as I can in the Kindle. And if y'all have seen my video where I talk about how you can use those things to encourage struggling readers, I think some of those finer controls might be, I don't know, I find those finer controls a little bit important. So I will absolutely read books in the Everand app and see what I think. But that's one thing that I do notice about it, is that it doesn't give me as fine a control as the Kindle app does. So for reading, the app experience is just, it's a little bit clunkier, but it's fine. It's completely okay. It didn't keep me from enjoying the book. I was able to get immersed in what I was reading. Listening to the audiobook, I've been listening to The Housemaid. I'm probably halfway through it, and I've literally been listening to it for a day. So for me, that was really easy to get immersed in. It's not draggy. It's not clunky. It's easy to jump into and out of the audiobook. And I don't know if I said this, but Everand has far fewer ebooks, but it's got a lot of audiobooks. So if you're an audiobook listener, this might be one for you to look at if you're interested in a subscription service. So it's $11.99 a month, or $9.99 if you subscribe, at least here in the States. I think different places are going to have different subscription amounts. But from what I've read, and y'all, I know that I do have some friends who are loyal viewers of my channel, and thank you for that. I appreciate you so, so much. But some loyal viewers who are outside of the country, outside of the United States, it seems to me from what I've read that Everand or Scribd makes it easier for people who aren't in the United States to access the content more so than some other ones like Kindle Unlimited. But I think there are some that are geographically bound, so you might not be able to get everything where you are. I don't know. I'm not saying folks should do this. I don't know how it works using a VPN or something, but I do think that using Everand is more forgiving, easier, whatever, for people who are not in the United States than, say, Kindle, like Kindle Unlimited is. So Everand, I think, is really good for, I have found it good for, like, for me finding ebooks to read. I've been able to find books to read in it. I think it's really good for ebook listeners. I found some great ebooks in there to listen. No, not ebooks to listen to, audiobooks. I think it's great for audiobook listeners. So if you're a big fan of audiobooks, maybe look at this subscription over one of the Kindle subscriptions. Then we'll get onto those in a minute, but I want to talk about one more thing. And y'all, I have not gotten to this point with this because I literally have only been doing this for a few days, but I've heard people talk about this, that it's unlimited unless you get beyond a certain number of titles in, I think it's in a month. Yeah, it's in a month because that's what the subscription period is. And I want to say I've heard people talk about like 15 being the number, and I don't know if that's like ebooks and audiobooks like combined, or if it's like 15 ebooks, 15 audiobooks, and then when you get past that, they throttle you. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but it's unlimited up to that certain point, and then they maybe like lock you down until the next month, and then your thing just cycles. And I think sometimes books are only available for a certain period of time. So I think if you have a book saved and then it like stops being available, I think you just don't have access to it anymore. And I think even if you're reading it and it's no longer available, you don't have access to it anymore. So, but I think they give you like a fair amount of warning. So like if you're, it might, you know, light a fire under you to go finish reading that book. So let me know what I've missed, y'all. If you have questions, just go ahead and drop them. And if it's something specific, just throw in a timestamp so I know, so I can go back and see what in the world I was talking about. Because I just realized we've just been sitting on this page this whole time. So let's look at this website just a little bit and see what they offer. I just sat here on this webpage this whole time and just talked into the camera. So this is Everand. So like I said, it's got ebooks, it's got audiobooks, magazines, and podcasts. I'm not going to search this. I did this earlier and realized that I know nothing about comics, so I do not want to do a search for comics because I keep pulling up things and embarrassing myself. But they do have some comics and graphic novels, so those are available here. If you search for ebooks, you can search, like you can obviously search for a title. Like let's say I'm looking for, I don't know, Fourth Wing. So, Fourth Wing, I don't know why I'm looking for Fourth Wing, probably because I just finished Iron Flame, but Fourth Wing is available as an audiobook. I'm in audiobooks, that's why. Let's see if it's available as an ebook. Fourth Wing, that was not Fourth Wing. There it is. Audiobooks, oh, it looks like it's only available as an audiobook. Look, it's available in foreign languages. So you can search here. You can also search by category. If you're just like, let's find a new romance book to read. And you can search that away. And it'll pull up a bunch of romance books you can flip through to see what looks good. Some will look good, some will look not good. But again, it is a subscription, so you start reading, you don't like it, you just dump it back and get a different one. So that's Everand. Again, ebooks, audiobooks. You can do articles, did I say podcast before? You can do podcasts. And you can download, you can obviously read it on the computer. Like, let's just open a book real quick and see. If I click read now, it'll just open right up on my computer. So again, there is no app. So, but I can open it right up on the computer and read. I wonder if oh yeah, there we go. Look, I can show you the highlights and bookmarks here. So I can highlight, right? And then, so that's highlighted. Oops. I can highlight. And then if I want to add a note, I can add a note and just say adding note and save that. And now you see over here, you can see the little note in the margin. Well, now if I go into notes and bookmarks, I can see my notes, my highlights, and my notes, which I love that. I love being able to go back and look at all of my highlights in one place. So there's that. Here is where I can change my, see, I can left justify, or I can do full justified. I can change my font size. And you can actually pick different fonts. I'm not sure exactly how to do it from here, but you can do that. Look, when you, this drives me berserk. Y'all know I do not dog ear a page. So when you like bookmark a page, when you bookmark a page, it dog ears it, drives me bananas. Y'all, I know it's an ebook. I know it's an e-page. I know I'm not really dog earing a page, but oh, it just flies all over me. Anyway, that's Everand. So let's get out of this thing. Let me know what questions you have or what thoughts you have. Have you had this before? Is it really not all that I think it is? Let us know in the comments. And let's get into Amazon. So in Amazon, I want to talk about three things. I would like to talk about Audible, which is, of course, the audio book subscription. Sort of subscription. I mean, it's a subscription service, right? So audiobooks, and then I want to talk about Prime Reading and Kindle Unlimited. So let's start with the audiobooks, because we talked about audiobooks in Everand or Scribd, right? So let's talk about Audible. Let's go to I hope I don't embarrass myself doing this. Audible.com, because I don't know what's going to come up on my Audible. So Audible is the audiobook subscription sort of service, branch, wing, whatever, of Amazon. Now, here's how this works. You subscribe to Audible and you get a certain number of credits each month. So like right now, you can see I'm an Audible Premium Plus member. My next credit comes soon, May 6th, and I have 2 available credits. And generally speaking, it's like you can buy a book with a credit. And I think my credits are $14.99, which is why I have some credits stacked up here. Because if I can get an audiobook from Amazon for less than $14.99, or really less than like, I don't know, $13, I just buy it. I don't use an Audible credit for it. But you have to subscribe to Audible and like have some sort of credit plan to be able to take advantage of some of their other benefits. And one of those is the Plus catalog. So this on the app, it's called Audible Plus. On here, it's the Plus catalog. And these are all free to listen to. Really, it's included in your subscription. So you can listen to any of these titles for free. And this is, I think, unlimited. Like I've never gotten to the point where they're like, dude, you've been listening, stop with the Audible Plus. You've listened to too much. So, and there's some really good stuff in here. There's some absolute trash in here too, but there's some really good stuff in here. So this is included, but you have to have some level of Audible, and there's probably like a certain level where this starts, but this is included with your Audible subscription, like buying your credits. They also have sales. So sometimes you can stock up and buy a bunch of credits at a time and get them for cheaper. But again, you have to have some level of subscription plan to get that. They run sales where sometimes you can get 2-for-1 books, like buy 2 books for 1 credit, or like cheapy books, like, they run books for like 99 cents or $1.99 or something. Again, a bunch of them are trash, but sometimes you can get a good book in there. So that's worth looking into on Audible. Y'all, I just noticed, look at this. Okay, I'm sorry, we got to look at this. I didn't think this was out yet. Is Leather and Lark really out? So this is book 2 of... Oh, it's a pre-order. Oh, I fell for the pre-order. Sorry, I'm going to calm down. This is book 2 of Butcher and Blackbird. Leather and Lark, that's the next one. I got all excited. Let me calm down. So... y'all get out of my library. Stop Audible stalking me. Audible is not necessarily inexpensive or cheap or whatever. Like mine is $14.99 a month for, I think it's 1 credit. So that's not necessarily cheap. But if you keep an eye out for the sales and you do like the 2-for-1 credit things, and you buy bulk when you can buy in bulk, you use the Audible Plus catalog. If you take advantage of that, obviously that helps out. And Audible and ebooks, Audible books and ebooks you can hand off back and forth with what's called WhisperSync. Well, there's some kind of like WhisperSync deal thing or something where when you buy an ebook on Amazon, often you can get the Audible companion book for a significantly reduced price. And y'all, that works too. If you get the book, if you have Kindle Unlimited and you check the book out from Kindle Unlimited, that counts. At least it does as of right now, as of April 30th, 2024, that counts. So if you're looking to buy a book from Audible and you have Kindle Unlimited, go see if they have the book in Kindle Unlimited. If so, put the Kindle Unlimited book on your shelf, see what it drops the Audible price to, and see if you want to buy it with actual like cash money instead of spending a credit on it, because it might save you some money. So there are some ways to save some money buying Audible books, but to me, just straight up buying a book for like $14.99 every time you want to buy an audio book, that gets a little steep. But there are ways that you can make it more cost effective. I think like dollars for dollars, just straight up dollars for books. I think that Everand/Scribd is probably maybe a better deal if you're like a big audiobook listener, and especially if you're not going to go in and say, oh, I want the next Butcher and Blackbird book and I want to listen to it now, which I am 100% going to do when it comes out. I'm going to buy the book. I'm probably going to get the audiobook, and I'm going to get I'm going to have all the formats of that book. So that's one that even if they have it in Everand, I'm probably still going to buy it because I want it. But if you're more inclined to go and like sort of look through their library and find books that they have and listen to the books that are available versus going out and looking for a specific title, then Everand might really be the option for you. I'm going to talk about getting audiobooks along with some other things. So let's get out of Audible. And now let's go back over into Amazon proper and talk about Amazon Prime reading. Y'all, if you're I've said this before, but I don't think we ever really talked about it. If you're an Amazon Prime member, please do not sleep on Amazon Prime reading. So let me get to it. Hang on. Okay, so if you just go to your if you have Amazon Prime and you just go to your Amazon homepage and go to your little up under the all with the little dashes. If you go to Kindle e-readers and books and go to that sort of drop out menu, right here we have Prime reading. And y'all, this is straight up included in your Amazon Prime. And Prime reading includes all of these things. You're already paying for it, so you may as well go and read some stuff. You get ebooks, you get Amazon Originals, magazines, and audiobooks. And there are lots of selections here. Now, probably all of these are included, they're Kindle Unlimited selections. And they are a fraction of what's available in Kindle Unlimited, but they also don't cost you a $11.99 or $9.99 a month subscription to Kindle Unlimited. They're legit included. And look, there's Elsie Silver. We love her. They're legit included in what you're already paying for. So go check them out. See what magazines they got. Look, there's Food Network magazine. There's all kinds of stuff in here. So just go have a little browse. See what they've got. Now, here are some things to know. You have a shelf where you can put stuff. And let's see. Add to, oh yeah, I'm not going to do this right now, but I was going to say, I wonder if I can have a Prime reading shelf and a Kindle Unlimited shelf, and I think I can. So that gives me 30 things that I can hoard instead of just 20. But let me slow down. Your Prime reading allows you to stick 10 things on a shelf, and then you can go to that shelf and pick out what you want to read or listen to or whatever from the shelf where you've sort of shelved things that you want to get back to read or listen to. It's less than, again, it's smaller than what you could do on Kindle Unlimited, but you're already paying for it. So, and we have 100% talked about this multiple times. Tomorrow's the 1st, so I can't show you this, but there is a first reads And Prime members choose a free book. I've already obviously chosen my April book, but tomorrow is May 1st. So on May 1st, well, tomorrow now, to y'all it's going to be a couple days ago when this video goes up, but I can go in and pick a free book, and you just get the book. It's just your book. So the first of every month you get to pick a free book to just have because you're a Prime member and they love you. So go check out Prime Reading. Now, let's get into Kindle Unlimited. And y'all, I love Kindle Unlimited. I think you know I love Kindle Unlimited. Is it the best choice? It maybe not is the best. Maybe not is. What language am I speaking? It might not be the best choice, but I like it and I pay for it and I'm keeping it. But let's try to be rational and talk about it. So I'm going to go back into Kindle eBooks, e-readers and books, and I'm going to go to Kindle Unlimited. Now, Kindle Unlimited has a vast selection of books. They claim like 4 million titles. Here's the dealio with that. Lots of them are romances. Lots and lots of them are self-published. Is that okay? 100%. If that's what you're looking for. It is fine as wine with me because y'all know I love me some romance. If you're not a romance reader, this might not be the one for you. They offer ebooks, Amazon Originals. So obviously these are things that are only available on Amazon. And I forgot to say that Everand or Scribd also has originals, like things that are only available on there. And y'all, theirs are from legit, like real name authors, like Margaret Atwood and Stephen King put stuff out that just comes out on Everand or Scribd, whatever. So Amazon has originals, magazines, audiobooks, and definitely has comics. So I don't know why I'm obsessed with comics, y'all. I don't read comics. I think that's why, because I know so little about them. I'm like, I should learn more about this. But Kindle Unlimited is unlimited as long as you read what they have. So, like, as long as you take advantage of what they offer, it is unlimited. So you can read as many books as you want, and y'all don't judge me. What you're going to see here is what Kindle Unlimited thinks I want to read based on the things that they have seen me reading in the past. Don't be judging me. Y'all just worry about what you're reading. So you pick you a book, and when I tell it read now, it's going to say your shelf is full. You cannot read right now. Your shelf is full. So it's going to ask me if I want to return something because I have 20 books on my shelf. I know. Oh, I know. But look, there's me some Elsie Silver. Didn't we already read that book? Y'all, I can't even. You know what? We can return Divine Rivals. Even though it hurts my heart a little bit because we've read that book and we've talked about it. So now I can, so that was because you're allowed to keep 20 books on a shelf. And I had my 20 books on my shelf. So now I can add Lisa Jewell, The Family Upstairs to my shelf. Let's get out of this. Y'all stop judging me. And so Kindle Unlimited has ebooks. They have all of those things. And they have audiobooks as well. And here's how this works. Let's go into Discover, where you can just sort of browse and look for books. And let's scroll down and look for a book with, there we go, look. This Dean Koontz book, you see the little headphone symbol right there? That means it's available in audio format as well. So, when I don't think I added that other book to my lot. Oh, all right, let's return this Lisa Jewell book that we didn't really even want. And now, look, see it says I own the book and I also own an Audible audio book of this Kindle book. And so now if I go back into my Audible, I can listen to that book just like any other old Audible book. So that's pretty slick. Now, again, there are not as many audiobook options in Kindle Unlimited as there are in Everand/Scribd. So if that's what you're after, that might be the one for you. If you're looking for more like big name authors and big name books, Everand might be the one for you. But y'all, in Kindle Unlimited, let me tell you what, I can always find something to read. I don't know what I just did. So the things we hide from the light, hide from the light, things we left behind, Lucy Score, y'all know I love me some Lucy Score. Like I can find 15 books here right now that I want to read right now. I'm listening to this one, which look, Kindle Unlimited does not have this one as an audio book. They have it as a book, so I could read it, but not as an audio book. So there are so many books in here that I want to read. This 100% on my list. I didn't realize it was in Kindle Unlimited. That just moved up. All right, let's get out of here. So Kindle Unlimited has lots of books. They offer audio books, and not as great a selection as Scribd does. Now, I'm not going to get into Libby because we've talked about that before. Let's get all the way out of here and talk for a minute. One more option that I'm not really going to get into because we've talked about it at length before and we'll talk about it again elsewhere, but Libby is the app that allows you to check out ebooks and audio books from the library. Now that one is truly, well, I was going to say truly free. I mean, you pay for it with your taxes. So if you don't know that one, if you don't know about Libby, I'll link here where I've talked about it in other videos. But Libby is an app that, like I just said, lets you check out ebooks and audiobooks from your library. So there's no subscription fee, there's no nothing, because it's just like using your library card. You pay for that with your taxes. So let's just wrap up because I feel like I was all over the place talking about these subscription services. So y'all, these subscription services are really like Netflix, but for books, audiobooks, comic books, those types of things. So you use them just like you do Netflix. You pick one, you watch it, you listen to it, you whatever, you don't own it. And they can take it away at any time. So, they can take it out of their catalog at any time and you no longer have access to it. So I almost said Evernote. That's not it. Everand or Scribd I think has a great selection of books if you're looking for specific like big name titles, big name authors, and it's got a fantastic selection of audio books. It doesn't have as many books as Kindle Unlimited does, but I think if you're looking for some like more well-known authors and well-known books, that might be the place to go. Kindle Unlimited, on the other hand, has a lot of, but like they claim millions. Like I think they claim like 4 million titles in Kindle Unlimited. Lots of them are romances. Lots of them are self-published. So some of them are going to be great. Y'all, I found some books that I absolutely love in Kindle Unlimited. I read probably at the very least 5 Kindle Unlimited books a month without fail. And that's on a slow month. Like that's a conservative average of how many Kindle Unlimited books I read in a month. But I love romances. So for me, it is well worth it. I don't even think to listen to books in Kindle Unlimited. I need to start looking at that more. I think Audible is, honestly, y'all, I think Audible is a good option for specific, like, I keep wanting to say name brand titles, specific, like, big name titles when they come out. You can often find them on Audible. Audible is not cheap. I think you have to work to get a good deal on Audible. You have to watch for deals. You have to watch for bulk offers in credits. And I think using the Audible Plus, that like free catalog in Audible, obviously that offsets what you pay for it. I've found lots of books in there that I like, and I think I've even found some of my favorite authors from finding books in Audible Plus, listening to them, and then being like, oh, like realizing that I like that person and then going and finding their books and reading more of their books. I think that's where I found Kristen Higgins, actually. So if y'all know how much I love Kristen Higgins, that's where I discovered her, was I listened to one of her books, I think on a road trip or something. But anyway, so those are my thoughts on Scribd, which is now Everand, Kindle Unlimited, Audible, and I think who would really enjoy which ones of those services. Y'all, let us know in the comments. Do you use those services? Do you use other services? Do you think subscription services are just a waste of money? Let us know in the comments. Y'all, thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you made it this far, we are most definitely friends. So go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you can keep up with the shenanigans. I upload food and fitness videos at the beginning of every week, with some book videos sprinkled in between. See you on the next one.